lot of change, been through a lot of pain. Some things are not the same as they were a year ago, but all will be okay. I move on each and every day. The past is where it stays, way back a year ago.
Hello, I'm Izu and welcome to a new video and another episode in the ordinary life of a Teenage Werewolf series. In the last episode we had kind of not a fright, but a lot of things happened last episode, and one major thing that happened was that Anya is now pregnant. I know it's not weird, like there are a lot of people having babies at later time in their life, but still Billie is all grown up. She's a young adult and they've been here renovating the house to kind of sell it and then move back to the city, and they were not expecting to be parents again. So this came kind of as a shock, but it's okay. I think they still are gonna manage, and Billie is none the wiser. Billie does not know anything about this yet. She is just making herself some breakfast. Okay, so today is Saturday. We're having a nice day off. Not that we have much going on anyways, because we're not in school anymore. I'm pretending it to be like summer holiday or something, or like a longer holiday, I don't know, something like that, because she kind of grew up faster than I was expecting her to. Let's tell the big news to Baako. I think he knows already. However, I'm not 100% sure. And while Billie was still eating her breakfast and doing her things, Anya asked Baako to come to the bedroom so they could have a little talk. And so Anya told Baako that yes, she's expecting a baby, and he looks quite happy about that, a little shocked maybe, and a little nervous maybe, but overall he looks like he's taking it quite well. So now they just have to figure out what they are gonna do. Obviously there's no reason why not to keep the baby, so I think they agree that the best case of scenario is to keep the baby, and now they have to decide what do they want to do with this house, because their original plan was to move out either in the summer or something like that, because it's not 100% ready. However, Anya feels like she does not want to have this baby here. There's not much room, it's a tiny house and the walls are quite thin, and also they are quite a long way from the hospital, and I feel like they both agree that the best for Anya and the baby would be that they were to move back to the city. And while Anya and Baako are now talking about the whole baby situation, Billie is out here watching TV, and for a normal person that would not be an issue, like she would not be able to hear anything. However, she's not a normal person, she's a werewolf, and she can hear everything that they are talking about, which is obviously major T, since Anya is pregnant and Billie technically still does not know. She's really happy about learning that she's pregnant and that they're keeping the baby, that she's gonna get a younger sibling. However, when they start talking about the whole living situation, that is where her mood changes, because she's not ready to move to the city yet. She's definitely not ready. She's still in the middle of creating a cure for herself for lycanthropy, and she can't move to the city still being a werewolf. So she needs to figure out what's gonna happen next, and so she texts Alana, asks her if she can come over and they can talk over some things that she needs to talk about. Alana obviously doesn't know what's going on, but she'll be clued in shortly. So Billie now tells Alana what the situation is. She tells her that Anya is expecting a baby. She's gonna get a sibling. And she doesn't really know what to feel because that means that her parents have decided to leave Moonwood Mill. And Alana's obviously shocked. She doesn't want Billie to leave. Even though college is kind of like in the future for them, it's still like a shock and sad to know that she might have to be moving. And then obviously the conversation goes into werewolf thing. What is she gonna do if she can't prepare the cure in time? Like, when are they moving? Do we need to like rush? Is the cure ready? Like, you're not gonna be a werewolf in the city, right? Like, that's not gonna work. And Billie's like, of course, yeah, of course, I need to just find these moon petals and the cure is ready. It's almost there. I just need to research where I can find the moon petals. But I can't be a werewolf in the city, you're right, like that's not something I can do, and I honestly don't feel like I even want to go there, werewolf or not. And then Alana suggests that could she possibly talk to her parents that she could stay here? Like, what if she were to stay at their house? Like, she could still be living with Alana and Ronan until they figure things out. I'm sure their parents would be fine with that. And they even have the family lodge or the little shed at the woods. So whenever Billie needs to be a werewolf, she can go there and be safe there. But I don't think Billie is very happy with that idea or optimistic, because she wants to have her own space. It's weird to be living with a bunch of other people, especially when some of them don't know that you're a werewolf. And I don't think it's a good solution, but she'll think about it. Like, if it comes to that, I think that would be a better option than going to the city. But she still needs to talk to her parents and actually get the information, because right now it's just what she overheard and her parents don't even know that she knows. They're gonna have a little swing session together, have fun outside where there is light and not complete darkness. And this way they could just like hang out together. They can talk about other stuff, other life stuff. The cure is almost ready. They've been focusing on that so much that a lot of other life things have kind of fallen through the cracks, kind of. So they can just catch up with like everything. And Billie can ask Alana how she's doing, like what's going on with her, and like, does she know already what college she's gonna go to, or is she still thinking about different things? And Alana's just saying that no, she doesn't really know just yet. She doesn't want to go too far from home. She would ideally go to a university in the next town, but she's not very sure about it yet. Things could change and situations could change, which kind of we know already, since the baby was quite of a spanner in the works. But they're just having a good time hanging out with each other, kind of like the old times, kind of like those times before all the werewolf things. Sometimes you just need these kind of quiet moments to balance out the hard and hectic and stressful moments in life, and we've definitely had some of those recently, so it's a really nice thing to have these as well. I feel like Alana managed to calm her down a little bit. She's no longer sad, she's a little bit uncomfortable and stressed about the situation, but it can't be that bad. And if all else fails, maybe she can just stay with Alana for a couple of weeks until they're certain the cure works, that everything goes to plan, and eventually after that she can then go to the city back with her parents. They come up with some kind of good like sales speech for her to talk about with her parents, and with that I think it's a good time for us to go home. She's confident that she can hopefully at least tell her parents and they'll be okay with it and let her stay one way or the other. And now that she is walking home, we kind of have a little bit of time to think about what we're gonna say to her parents. And I think her first course of action is to convince them that she wants to stay here with her friends. She can't tell them that she's a werewolf trying to cure herself, and that's why she can't leave. So instead, I think she's gonna ask that she's gonna miss her friends really, really much if she has to leave right now. And instead, maybe they'll let her stay here until she goes to college. So that would mean she'd stay here until the end of summer. I would ideally want Baako to be present during this discussion because it's kind of important. However, I think he works quite late. Yes, he works until midnight. So instead, we're gonna do it this way. So Anya is just gonna do it herself. We're gonna go ahead and share the big news. We're gonna tell her, you know what? I have this crazy thing that I need to tell you about, and I wish Baako was here to back me up, but that is not the case. So, instead, I'm just gonna tell you myself that I am pregnant. And obviously, Billie has to kind of pretend to be shocked and like, oh my god, I didn't have any idea. And I don't think she's the best at pretending. So her mom is like, you heard us talking, didn't you? And she was like, no, I didn't hear anything. And then like, okay, maybe I did hear you talk about it. So Anya's gonna say that, so now that you did hear what we discussed with Baako, you probably know that we are gonna be moving sooner than we think. And we really wanted this decision to be all of ours, but with the baby and everything, we think with Baako it's best that we're in the city. We don't want to be so far away from the hospital and just have everything we need right with us and very near us. We feel better about that. And while Billie agrees, she's gonna say that she hopes that her mom will listen to her for a little bit. She feels like she's getting uprooted yet again and losing everything that she's built here. She no longer has many friends in the city and she feels like her life is here, and so she's asking her mom if it would be possible at all to continue living either in this house if they can afford not selling this house until she's ready to move back to the city or goes to university so that she can still have the summer in Moonwood Mill. And Anya can't promise anything, but she is listening to her. She is kind of sad that they have to move back yet again. They always were gonna move back, it was always the plan, but it is different when you are a young person with like school and friends and stuff like that. So she is hearing what Billie is saying, and she's also asking what she's thinking about regarding university. Is she gonna go to university? Is that something that she wants to do? Because that would be something that Baako and Anya are wishing for her, and that would make them very happy for Billie that she'd choose that path. And just so that she can please her mom, I think Billie is saying like, yeah, sure, I will go to university, but I just want the summer here. Can I please stay here? And I promise I'll just go to university in autumn once I've had my final summer here. And Anya is just thinking, and she can't promise anything right now, but she promises she'll have a talk with Baako. But she is a little hesitant on leaving Billie to be in this house all alone in the woods. But then Billie is saying like, Alana lives right around the corner. I was just there. I can walk there in 5 minutes. And Jacob's family lives very close, even like closer to us than Alana's family. So they can also take care of me if something happens. But also I'm kind of grown up already now. I'm a young adult. I'm gonna go to university, so I'll be living on my own anyways. were it a dorm room or like a different kind of situation, I will be moving out of home. So maybe this could be like a little trial kind of period where I could try being on my own. As I said, she won't promise anything, but she does promise that she'll talk to Baako and they'll figure out what the best course of action would be for Billie. But she does understand and hear Billie's concern about leaving Moonwood Mill, and especially leaving in such a short notice. They still have a little bit of time, but not much. And so I think they're having a good end to this discussion. Both of them feeling understood and happy. And now it is quite late and she's already struggling to keep herself awake. So let's brush our teeth and then go to sleep. Alright, it is the next morning and I'm here with Ronan today. He's just going on a small little morning jog before his shift at a manual laborer job starts today. We're just about to head to work. I don't know why I love this outfit he's wearing so much, but it looks so good. And I love the little backwards cap that he has. He looks so good with that. Like, honestly, he looks so good. Anyways, we are gonna be late for work because he takes forever to go back to the house. Oh my goodness. While he's at work, let's see what Alana is up to. You're still sleeping. Okay, well, it's not even 8 a.m. on a Sunday too, so okay. You are sleeping, not still, because go ahead, girl. Go ahead and sleep in, because on a Sunday, you should be able to sleep in. That should be the rule. Alright, now she has woken up. It is around 10 a.m. We are quite hungry, so go ahead and get yourself ready for the day. I think you could cook us something. Serve everybody some brunch. That would be a good idea. And I was actually thinking, since I don't see her as a jogger, I was thinking that maybe we could buy you a little yoga mat. I think doing some light yoga would be really nice as well. Let's put it there. We can fit there. It's fine. Everyone's gonna have some brunch or late lunch at this time. Ooh, okay. Ronan is here. He is not having a good time, but you are perfectly on time for lunch, which is great. And it's actually really rare that people stay here and eat at the same time, so actually this is really nice. Let's ask about your work day. How was work? Oh, that's nice that they get along again. They kind of have this sibling dynamic, like most siblings have, where they tease each other and they're kind of mean to each other sometimes, but most of the times they get along really well. So I like that about them, especially. They're such cuties. Alright, let's do some yoga. Let's hope you can actually do that. Do a yoga, let's do energy centering. We're kind of looking at the wrong way because she's facing the other direction. They always go the other way that I want them to. Oh my god. I mean, the library is also a nice thing to look at, I guess. However, I think she's doing okay. For somebody who does not do yoga every day, I think she's doing quite well. But Alana wanted to talk to Ronan about Billie's situation. She's gonna tell him that there's some huge news that he can't go and talk to anybody about, but she trusts that he's not gonna talk to anybody about this thing. So she's telling him that Anya is expecting a baby, which means Billie will have a sibling. And for that, Rona's like, okay, I guess cool, but like, what does this have to do with me? And Alana's just telling him that, yeah, just let me finish. They're gonna be moving to the city soon. So she talked to Billie yesterday, and Billie told Alana that her parents are moving back to the city earlier than expected, and she's gonna be begging them that they let her stay here, but she's not sure what will happen. And so Alana's explaining the situation to Ronan and telling him that we got to finish the cure. We have to. Because if Billie has to leave to the city without being cured, it's gonna be hell. And Ronan's like, yeah, we're on it. You know that we're on it. We're just missing a couple of ingredients and that's it. He says that he thinks that Billie went with Jacob to get some wolfsbane the other day, so that should be sorted. So maybe there's like not much we still need. And Alana's like, yeah, I know. Billie told me the only thing that we need to find anymore is the moonflower petals. But we don't know how to get them. We don't know where they bloom, and time is running out. So we need to figure out where we can find these, and fast. And Ronan is like thinking and trying to figure things out, like, yeah, I know, okay, we need to find them so that maybe we can finish the cure before they leave. But then Alana's like, there's no way. The only hope we have is that Anya and Baako will let Billie stay here. He's gonna go ahead and figure out where these moonflower petals grow. Maybe he can find some information online, or they have some books, or there's a library, so he can go and search there. So he promises that he'll be on it and try to figure it out. And so Alana can focus on helping Billie with the living situation. Maybe Billie can stay here, or maybe her parents will let her stay at their place. I guess they'll know soon enough because it's the next day and Billie should have a conversation with her parents at this time. So they're kind of dividing and conquering with this kind of problem they have, and they're feeling confident that they can figure things out. Ronan has to go to work right now. He has two like side gigs that he does before he like figures out what he wants to do. Maybe you should be working on one of your paintings. I think she wants to be a graphic designer or artist or something to do with arts and everything. Well, you can see her room, so she wants to do something like that. And maybe she'll select something like that in university if she goes there. You can focus on your painting now. I think we can go ahead and switch back to Billie's family so that we get to know what happens with the living situation. So I am back with the Yang family. Billie is on a run. I sent her for a feral run because of her fury. It was kind of getting quite high and I was afraid that it would create some problems. So I sent her for a run and it's gotten rid of most of her fury. There's just a teeny tiny bit left. So this is a great way to get rid of your fury buildup and calm your werewolf down. However, now she's feeling really, really tired. Oh, there's Alana. We still don't know what happens. We can just say quickly that we're gonna talk to our parents today. Whenever we get home, we're gonna go talk to them. And Alana is telling her that don't worry, we're looking into the moonflower petal thingy, so you don't have to worry about that. We can figure things out, don't you worry. And I think after this, let's go home. Alright, so now that we are back here and Baako and Anya are both present, we're gonna talk to them about staying in Moonwood Mill. So Billie's gonna present her case, saying that I know that they want to move to the city and I know that it's important for the baby and she's not asking her parents to not like do that. She's happy that they are moving and she's completely fine with that. However, she does not want to move yet, and Anya obviously has talked to Baako of what Billie and Anya discussed earlier together, so they're kind of clued up, but just to make it apparent, Billie wants to talk to Baako personally as well and explain how she thinks that she's ready to live on her own. She's fine with that. She has her community around her, her friends and their families. And both Baako and Anya have met Jacob's parents, Lily and Christopher, which are lovely people. So, like, they basically treat Billie as family anyways. So, She has a lot of people around her to take care of her if anything happens. She just wants to have an opportunity to stay here at the cottage if it's possible until the summer ends. Neither of them are extremely happy or enthusiastic about leaving Billie, but they both understand that she is a young adult now and she's gonna go to, or that's what they think at least. The plan is that she's gonna go to university in autumn, so she's gonna be living in dorm rooms anyway, but it's still a little bit different than living in a cottage in the woods, in the countryside. So they're thinking and they recognize her plea and she's just trying to convince them every possible way, all the reasons that she can think of, except for the obvious werewolf one. They still have no idea. They just think that they are wolves, like big wild wolves outside. Not like they can't even think that such a thing as a werewolf exists. So they know or think they know that the area is a little bit dangerous and quite remote. However, they can't overlook the fact that Billie does have her community all around her. So they are thinking about the situation, pondering all the options, and eventually they come to the understanding that they're not happy leaving Billie in the house all alone. They have to go to the city, but they understand that Billie wants to stay. So they will need a little bit more time to think about the actual solution. They won't, and they technically can't, force her to leave. And they understand that she wants to stay here, but they also don't like the idea that she's all alone. So their answer currently is that they will not have her stay in the house alone. However, she's not obligated to come back with them. So if there is another situation, like staying with somebody or somebody staying with her, they can look into the matter again. And I think now that they have come to this conclusion, Billie is gonna think about this situation a bit more thoroughly, because even though obviously she would like to stay with Alana and Ronan, there is the issue of their parents living there and she being a werewolf. And I think she'd be more comfortable in another place where she can actually be a werewolf. And we're gonna explore that question next episode. Thank you for watching this video, and if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you're new here on this channel and want to see more of me in the future, go ahead and subscribe. You can join our awesome family in here. I hope you have a lovely day or night and week or weekend whenever you're watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye!